Now, have you ever come across a product that just has instantly made the world of difference to your travels? Because that's been my experience recently. Look, if you've ever struggled with a twisted electrical lead or a tangled drinking water hose, or maybe you've wrestled with one of those gigantic Sullage hoses, I've got the solution, and frankly, I wish I'd adopted it earlier. Now, I'm talking about the products from FlatOut International. Now, the products aren't new, but the benefit to your travelling lifestyle is absolutely real, if you'll pardon the pun. At the heart of the system, you've got the FlatOut multi-reel, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you in a couple of moments. And then we have a special lay flat drinking water hose. We also have a special lay flat Sullage hose. And then we have an electrical lead, and I could tell you more about them right now, but probably better for me to just show you, because seeing is believing. Now, around about now, you're probably asking, with these multi-reels, do you need to fully remove the electrical lead, the Sullage, or the drinking water hose? And the answer is yes, you do need to do that, but seriously, it takes no time at all. I mean, that is the beauty of this entire system. I'll have this off the multi-reel faster than I ever could have untangled that old electrical lead. To unspool, just hold your multi-reel and pull it out. But there might be an even easier way. Just plug it in, walk away, and it will unspool. Okay, we'll move on now to the lay flat drinking water hose from FlatOut International. Again, these store on the FlatOut multi-reel. Now, there are a couple of things to know about these hoses, especially in comparison to the standard drinking water hose that you might get from a hardware store. First of all, they have a polyester jacket as well as a polyurethane internal lining. They also come with brass fittings, and they're designed to handle high pressures without bursting. Like with all of the products, the drinking water hose is also available in different sizes. We have a 7.5 metre hose on one of the smaller multi-reels, and that's only because I don't have as far a gap between the drinking water hose and the Caravan, so I don't need the longer hose. So let's get it connected. Last but not least, we have the special lay flat Sullage hose from FlatOut. Again, available in different sizes and different diameters as well. We do have a 25mm Sullage hose, as well as a 32mm Sullage hose, which is what we need for this van. Now, it's made from a high quality elastomer. It's got a smooth finish, it's durable, and it's probably the most hygienic Sullage hose on the market here in Australia, and I'll tell you why when I'm packing it up. But first of all, let's connect it to the Caravan. So the first thing you'll see is that these Sullage hoses come with stoppers either end. So we'll remove this stopper here. Now, here's a tip. It is important to have a vertical fall outside of your grey water outlet wherever possible. A vertical fall for your grey water, rather than just keeping it all horizontal, is going to ensure much better flow. In order to achieve that vertical fall for the water, it can be handy to get yourself an elbow of the same size as your grey water outlet. But of course, there are plenty of different ways to skin this particular cat. You know, the grey water outlets on caravans, there's no one common standard. The website for FlatOut is really useful. They've got, you know, lots of different adapters and bits and pieces and fittings to help you to achieve the ultimate setup. And then it's just a matter of running your hose to the Sullage point. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, we're only using fresh water, and the park operator is quite happy for me to water his lawn. Okay, so now that it's time to pack up, we'll empty the grey water tank. We should get excellent flow. Now that the grey water tank's all drained out, we can probably pack this away. Now, here's one of the reasons why this is such a hygienic Sullage hose. First of all, it comes with stoppers, so we can pop one stopper into place, and then we'll begin to wind this back onto the reel. And what we'll notice, as we wind it on, it's going to squeeze out any excess water. And then we pop the stopper on the other end. So that means minimal air left inside the hose. So any, nasties, any bacteria will really just go to sleep rather than actively reproduce and create, all sorts of nastiness within your Sullage hose. The other thing that I like so much about it is its flat, smooth design, especially in comparison to those ribbed Sullage hoses that you can get. Those ribs can collect, all sorts of organic material. That's not the case here. It's just a winner. Now it's time to pack away this drinking water hose, and therein lies another benefit to this system. So as you could imagine, right now this hose is still full of water, but as I wind it onto the multi-reel, all that water is going to be squeezed out, so you're not going to be retaining water inside your hose for weeks or months on end. I mean, have you ever used a drinking water hose that's had water sitting inside it for a long period of time? I mean, that's pretty nasty. Now, the other thing that's important to point out is with these hoses, they're antimicrobial, antibacterial, and they're also made to AS4020, which is the highest standard for drinking water hoses in Australia. Now, the other cool thing about this system is that it's all pretty modular. So right here, I've got a 2.5 metre extension for my drinking water hose. You get the joiner fitting from FlatOut, or probably even a hardware store really, and connect them up. And when it comes to extending your Sullage hose, it's effectively the same story. You get a joiner in one end, and we can connect it to our main Sullage hose as well. So as you can probably tell by now, I've become a bit of a FlatOut evangelist. In fact, I've spoken to a number of different caravan owners, and their response to me was, Max, what took you so long? This is a game changer in the way I go caravanning. So if you've not checked out the FlatOut products before, make sure that you do, because I'm being quite honest when I say that these are well worth the money. And while I have you, if you found this video informative or useful, make sure you drop us a like, let us know what you think about the FlatOut stuff in the comments, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.